Hey, Decathlon Gamer. Welcome back to FM24 Youth Factory, episode 26. At just 24 years of age, former frontman Ethan McLaren has really come onto the scene over the last year or two. You can see that he was in the England seasonal best 11, named just in January. World Cup best player runner-up last year, and World Cup winner with England. Also had his first international goal. Holy crap. I didn't know this. Okay, this was a bit of a surprise. So he got signed by Chelsea. He was put out on loan with Watford. Like, it was a while there. And then he came into Chelsea. And, you know, he's only got 85 appearances. He does have 26 goals. It's not like he had been putting up phenomenal numbers, not when I had checked. You know, looking at his attributes, you could see why. Freaking amazing. 17s, 18s in so many places. He is world class now. His reputation is worldwide. He is now one of the best players in the world. This is one of our guys at Chelsea. Biography. He's truly one of world soccer's global superstars. McLaren made his senior debut St. Piran League West Division ages ago. In 23. 8 years ago. He's only 24. This was a straight into the side guy. First intake kind of guy. 32 appearances this year. So he's really come on strong. Phenomenal player now. 10 appearances with the national team. 6 goals already. And his debut was at the end of 28. But it was still kind of part-time, and then it was that World Cup where they brought him on, and wow. And now for, 3 years? He's been Chelsea best 11. 3 years running. Folks, we do get the occasional player that's there. And if we can get to the level, because here's the thing about the players you get and how they develop. We get the occasional player that has the kind of potential to play at a higher level. McLaren was probably like a 156 or a 160 something. Hold on, let me check. Oh no, not 160 something. Craig McDonald was 160 something. Ethan McLaren is the best player we've ever had come through this program in terms of potential. A 183 potential ability. After leaving us for just $4,000, $17,000 eventually in future deals. I don't know how much we eventually got. It was not much. But he was turned around. That was Sheffield United. He turned around and sold for over $15 million, for which we got $4.5 million. And that was our first or second big cut of money that really helped us out. The future sale, the one to Chelsea, $28 million. Even for that, we got another $1.1 million. So we did get something for him, losing him cheap. It was a big loss. He was already a 109 current ability when we lost him. And that had to have been like tier 8, tier 9. It was very early. Very early. Hence the very low fee. We were still amateur, not paying our guys. So somebody coming in and offering something like that was far over what his value was. It does show that we can get there. But here's the thing about players and player development, right? In terms of potential ability, when it comes to intakes, we have these perfect facilities and it really helps us out. But we're still in the 5th tier. About to be in the 4th tier. It's not about the tier you're in, but it's about the reputation of the tier you're in. And if the reputation of the league is low, even when you have perfect youth facilities, you're going to get prospects, but they're only going to develop so much. The competition, who they play against, is a big part of their development. It's not just your training facilities. It's not just your coaches. It's not just your club reputation, but that league reputation is really important. The more we play against high-level opposition, the faster our guys are going to develop, the higher they'll develop, and the better prospects we're going to get generally, because we are capable of getting Ethan McLaren's. We are capable of getting the best potential out there. But it's just not going to be the norm. It's not the regular. We get a lot of guys that are well below a 100 potential ability. But the higher we rise, the higher we climb, the better and better and better. The higher the bottom threshold is, the higher the average is. And we'll see more and more of that higher end. So we've got to keep climbing. But the funny thing is, the better they get, the harder it is for us to keep them. Been this back and forth that's made this really interesting. So we can't go sign anybody else. It's important to keep our guys. The better they are, the more they help us, but the faster they go away. I really, really enjoyed this challenge. And that's why I keep coming back to this challenge. I love Football Manager, and I love to try different experiments and do different things, and I love regular playthroughs. I mean, they're fun, they're enjoyable. It's fantastic to take a 6th tier side or an 8th tier or a 10th tier side and climb the ladder. I think that's the best part of this game. Taking a Premier League side and winning the league within 2 years and getting the Champions League and winning the Champions League by the 3rd or 4th season. That's just not the game for me. And I haven't done it in years. I have not bothered to take on a Premier League side in a long time. I think maybe the last time I did was coming off of... I was a Manchester United fan, still kind of am, after Ferguson retired. And they finished 7th that next year. I took that rebuild project. Played one season, went right back to the top. It's just, it gets old fast. It's too easy. This is the challenge. This is where it's at. And this is immensely fun. You can get through a lot of seasons and do a lot. But we still have more to work on, to build, to do. And it's not all coming up roses at the moment. We've had 3 draws in our last 4 matches, 2 draws at league level, and then a dominant 5-0 win against Stevenage in the middle. The 2-2 one, we didn't get FM'd. We were the better team. We should have come away with 3 points, but it wasn't dominant. We were just the better team. And seeing the better team still draw when it's not dominant, that happens a lot. It's so very rare that a draw is really the right result where both teams are that close, that similar. That doesn't happen very often. But next up, Salford City, championship side. For a second time, we came back with a late draw. 88th minute goal from Paul Davidson last time at the end of the episode, and we're going to pick up where we left off with that, trying to knock off Salford City and stay alive in our only other tournament besides the league as we head into the final phase, the final 2 full months of the season coming up. Southend United, currently 5th. Big home match later this week. Dulwich Hamlet, 12th on the road, not easy. Cheltenham, 17th, Walsall, Barnet, Oldham. We've got a fairly easy. If we can get past Southend United, we've got a decent chance to run the table for the next month plus and put us into that final phase, final 5 matches or so, where at that point, you might have a healthy enough lead to not have to worry about what's going to happen in those matches. Meanwhile, though, we're only up 6 on Kidderminster, as that draw did drop a couple points for us, and they have performed when necessary. But with a 17-point gap over Woking, it's pretty clear that it's just a race for the top 2 now. 4 big changes to the lineup, so it's definitely not our A team going forward. And once again, we're looking at not very many new gens. That's a lot of known quantities out there for this Salford City squad once again. But we have a huge home crowd for this one. We're more than an hour away from home in their direction, shortening the travel time. But as it's a bit further away from Manchester, Salford City have brought an estimated 20 fans to this game. Can we compete? They got the first shot, but we look like we have a chance here. But Wilkinson turns it over. Lanahan Penreese on the bench for the first time since picking it. Ooh, big save from Julian there, as that header was well on target and driven low and hard. Julian not only pouncing on it, but able to pick it up. And it looks like we have all hands on deck, pretty much every seat full for this replay in our section. Jones. Davidson out to Kamara. Kamara inside of Wilkinson. Lays it up for Mortland. Mortland shoots. Keeper. Ooh, that was outside of his arm. And he gets just enough of that. Just enough to push it wide of the post. And not by much. Not by much at all. That was our first shot, very much on target. And it was a good one. Good in possession there. Hassel looking for options. Finds Davidson. Davidson turns. Fantastic first touch and he scores. He cartwheels his way through the celebration on that one too. Hassel taking his time. No pressure. No pressure. No pressure. That was all Davidson. I mean, it's a decent pass from Hassel, but what a first touch from Davidson to open that space. He drew in the defender with the pass and just took a nice, light little deflective touch to play it between the two players and a very quick turn. Great acceleration on that one. Now Jones in possession following that goal. Wilkinson to Davidson, and it's 2 if the flag doesn't raise. And the flag does not raise. It's 2! We've got a 2-goal lead. And a half hour played here. Could it be? By the way, Salford City, last time, if you watched that last one, you'll remember that they were dead last in the championship. So going up against a team not in form, it's always a good opportunity to pull an upset when you're trying to kill giants multiple tiers above you. That's the great kind of setup for that situation. They're a team that haven't had form. They're a team that's struggling. They're a team that's probably lacking confidence, so you can come out and beat up on them. Well, in the last 2 weeks, they're still in the relegation zone, but they've pushed from last place to the first team relegated. 24th up to 22nd. They seem to be finding form, but we seem to be finding the back of the net. All right, first things first. We want to get behind the ball a little bit with this 2-goal lead, so we're going to switch to balanced. Wilkinson, Mortland. Bad switch there. Baker doesn't even try to put pressure on the defense, but Kamara, nice steal to get the ball back. Baker, good first touch. Wilkinson, free header. Wide. If that was slotted into the corner, it would be 3. Good attempt on the through ball, but it's well cut out. Mortland, good recovery, but he gives it right back to him, and they've got one back. There's nothing we can do on that. That was fantastic. Mortland makes an initial nice play, and then keeps chasing Brown, but he's worried about the speed, so he never really fully closes him out. And Kitching might be able to do better on that, right? Kitching might be able to mark that guy a bit tighter. Maybe Redknapp can provide some help. They don't. And all of a sudden, the heat's cut in half. We've played an hour. Much better there. Good team defending on that occasion. Kitching, nice header. Finds Atkins as well. Establishes possession. Good switch out to Kamara. Mortland. Jones off and running. Finds Davidson. He turns. He finds Atkins for the layoff. A little too high. More than a little. Not way, but definitely too high. Baker, right back to Redknapp. Redknapp. Inside to Baker. Baker cuts. Jones. Jones, spin. Spin with that ball and turn that corner. And now we have something to switch it up and play for. We're gonna full on change everything about this. We're gonna change everything about this one here real soon. We'll hold shape. I'm gonna slow pace down. Probably want to stop crosses. All right. We're going to play a couple minutes. So far, let's see what happens with this highlight. Jones gives it away. Oof. Got the low cross in. Well positioned from Julian there. We got a lot of tired legs out there. A lot of them. We need some fresh legs. And Penreese. Wilkinson's played well, though. Maybe we rest Adekunle. All right, so double change so far. Lanahan Penreese coming into the right wing. Primus in for Jones and dropping into a box-to-box midfield role with Mortland and Atkins both shifting their focus to ball-winning midfielders. Couple more minutes and we'll switch to the hardcore time wasting. Triple header there, giving that one away. All right. Hassel finds Moreland. Moreland gives it away in a very dangerous position. That was not good. Okay, we're going to go more defensive. 85 minutes played. Identical 9 shots and 1.49 XG. Primus. Free kick. That one's poked away. That was dangerous. It was close. Henderson. Chance at a long throw. Atkins. Oh! Atkins went through the guy. Julian saves it! Oh! Julian, what a legend. What a legend. That's offside. Penalty looked right. Their guy looked like he was there first, looked like he had a leg up to receive the ball in the box, and Atkins went through that leg to get to the ball. Cleared the ball, but it did look like he went through the leg to do that. The other guy was there first, which means he had that foot on that ball. So going through that leg and taking the guy out while clearing that ball, it's not 100% penalty, but more often than not, that's going to get called. Can't blame him. Cannot blame him. But even though in the end they have more XG than we do, the game, it was level. It was identical. This was a matchup that we took that early lead, then they went attacking. And once they went attacking, it became their game. But they didn't dominate, and that was 2/3 a mistake. Gave them a chance to level. Gave it a chance to go to extra time. And Sam Julian, poor penalty, by the way. I mean, we're talking about 6 inches away from the keeper. Most of the time, keeper's going to guess and dive and miss that one. Be patient. You'll make more saves. In my view, you'll make more saves if you're patient and react. Can't do it all the time. You're going to have to guess every once in a while as you face more penalties and teams know how you're going to play it. Scouting reports. But if you don't have scouting reports, my advice would be patient and react. Patient and react. If you have good reactions, you have a better chance of making saves than anything else. And plus, then eventually, even with scouting reports at lower levels, what are they going to do? If they know that you're going to be patient and wait, then they know that the best thing to do is to hit it away from you, which means they're going to play with the edges. Likelihood of a miss goes up. If you're trying to pinpoint the corner, you're more likely to miss than if you're going to aim down the middle. You can miss when you aim down the middle, but you're more likely to miss when you're aiming for the corner. You only have to miss by 6 inches to miss entirely. What a save. What a save. We're into the 5th round. We're going to be playing Arsenal on the road. We are going to get a big payday, folks, for this day, and we're going to get a big payday for that day. I don't mind making that money. We don't need this competition. Our finances are just fine. But that's not to say we have endless money. This is going to be a big boost. 141,000 just for winning the match. Then there's going to be the tickets, which of course we do have to share with Salford City for that one, even though they only brought 20 people. We had 3 home games this month. We had 2,000 3,400. Not double. Definitely not double. And we have to share some of that. There's 27 away fans is all. And apparently that's pretty typical, not big away crowds. Gate receipts is 120K that we brought in. Now again, it's not going to be half. Probably something along the lines of 50K, maybe 45, especially when we had to share that cut. But that prize money with it, I mean, you know, we're talking match day income, corporate facilities income, probably talking about 200K for that match. So that was a good amount of money that we earned for that. And coming up on that schedule, Arsenal away March 19th. That's like right after we're going to get our youth intake for the year. Exciting stuff. And we know that Arsenal, it's 5th round FA Cup. They don't care that they're playing a team from the 5th tier. Arsenal is, they're going to come out for that game. Might not be a sellout, but there's going to still be a very large crowd on that one. We should have lost to Salford City twice. We didn't. We beat them in the end, and we're into the 5th round of the FA Cup. Final 8 matchups. Final 16 teams. They might only be in 5th place and not in the kind of form that was expected, but they still have talent. And they're still clearly dangerous being in that position. We beat them on the road last time, and it started a bad run for them. What can we do this time? We have had a little bit of squad rotation. We've had a single week where we didn't have a midweek game in 3 months, as Davidson slams that one down into the ground and into the back of the net for an early 1-0 lead. Great start to this one. First shot of the game. But free kick, very dangerous position. They do win that header, but challenged it. Forced a pretty poor attempt on that one. It was a decent amount of XG for a header, though. Moreland. Primus. Akunle. Davidson turn. Oh, gosh, thought that was in the back of the net, but Burrows just gets enough on that to push it wide. Kidderminster lead in their game. They're the team we need to really start keeping an eye on. They're just 6 points behind us in the league. They're the only team putting up a challenge this season. Julian forced to make a save on that one. It looked like it was high. It looked like it was going over, but Julian pushed it up to make it that high. So it looked like it was on target, or at least close. Probably wide open there. Julian, great play. And has potential. He's really starting to come into his own here. Second half of this season. He was iffy at times the last year and a half, but now he's starting to pick it up. Moreland. Davidson might be offside. Flag stays down. And Adekunle scores. Flag never did come up. I thought Davidson might have been offside there, but let's watch the replay. Making a run. You know, I think that ball was kicked before. That was a perfectly timed ball. Mortland. Fantastic ball there. And really good run from Davidson. Like, nothing the defense could do. He's trying to step up, and that really gave Davidson the option. But because of where the ball was played, Davidson, nothing he could do for himself. But he finds Adekunle, and we're up 2-0. Kamara. Switch. Davidson. He won that header and got it directed the right direction. Looked like he was almost facing the wrong way on that. I'm not sure if that was the back of his head or what, but the ball hits the under side of the crossbar and comes out. That easily could have and almost should have slid in, but it doesn't. But with just 4 attempts, we've got 2 goals. This is not Salford City. They can threaten, but for now, everything as is, and try to hang on. That was a corner kick. That was like studs. Just getting the studs to it. Just getting that little bit of a deflection. And they end up winning that header. Luckily, Julian read it really well and had already come well across to intercept that ball. All right, there's 10 minutes gone by in the second half. We'd start thinking about changing things, especially if they're starting to get control here. Ooh. Corner kicks. They're looking dangerous on those puppies. Hey, nobody in the back's doing too bad. Redknapp's not doing great. Rossini coming in. He's tired. That might be a good option. Let's go ahead and get those fresh legs, Davidson. Ooh. is on. So starting with some subs. Then Penreese, back from injury, finally back out there, but not ready to play the whole thing. So Wilkinson will play less and less, so even though he's fatigued and tired and heavy match load stuff, Lanahan Penreese is starting to take over that workload. Oh, taken down in the box by Lloyd. Adekunle. Looked like he might have got the ball there, but we luck out. Davidson, and that's a goal. It's 3. Second for him, plus an assist today. Easy player of the match situation, though Adekunle has looked very good as well. And that should do it in the next one. Instructions, just light time wasting is all, and play for set pieces. Nothing else needed. Just some subs. Let's get some fresh legs. Davidson might be on a hat trick, but you know what? And they get one back here late in the game. It's now 3-1. Corner kick. Far post. Quinza just rises above all of our guys and heads that one in. But we're going to get a fourth. Wilkinson. Nice individual effort on that one. Not something we've really ever seen from Wilkinson. He's definitely improved this season. Moreland, not a great ball in the first place, but Wilkinson goes straight at his man and then makes a move around him. Then has the wherewithal to cut in to give himself a better angle. He had no angle there, but he cuts in. And that made all the difference. And as we head into stoppage time, 7 shots apiece. Roughly similar in so many ways, but we got and deserved the 4 goals that we have. I mean, this was a really strong performance. The XG certainly suggested that either way we should have come out on top today. 2-1 maybe not 4-1, but hell yeah, we'll take it. Right now we're set up to go into cruise control for a while here. Southend dropped to 7th. Kidderminster do not drop points, so we're at same played. We have 10 to go with just a 6-point advantage. Far from done when it comes to Kidderminster. Woking at 19 down with 10 to go, no problem. Kidderminster is the one we need to watch for, and myself. So we've got some very winnable games in the next 4 or 5. And Arsenal is not going to be until late March. So my plan, not a guarantee that we carry it out, but with 4 pretty winnable games in the next 4, the plan is to open up the next episode with the quick sim for all 4 of those games. Hopefully we come away with 4 victories. Hopefully Kidderminster comes up against a tough team. We played most of our tough matches at the very beginning of the second half of the season. We got most of the playoff zone teams out of the way. Southend was one of the few that we had left. Now, it's not all we have left. We got Yeovil, Dorking. Mansfield is 8th. So we do have 3 tougher matches in the final 6 games. Not the toughest matches, for sure. But we've played the hardest matches. We should, on paper, be able to win at least 8 of these 10. 7 of these 10. That will probably be enough points. Because if we draw 1, if we win 7, draw 1, lose 2, we're only dropping 8 points. We have a 6-point advantage. Kidderminster, the likelihood that they're going to win all 10, not good. Not for them, anyway. For us, pretty dang likely. I mean, 25 out of 36 have been wins. They're winning 2 out of 3. But at that rate, at the difficulty remaining of our schedule, pretty confident in our team. The fact that we pushed to the FA Cup 5th round, I'm pretty confident in our team. Looking at what's left: Brentford, Leicester, Arsenal, Bristol City, Wigan, Man City, Liverpool, Watford, Tottenham, Huddersfield, Burnley, Wolves, Wolverhampton, Fulham, Southampton, Swansea, and us. And us. We're not getting past Arsenal. They are not the 24th place team out of form in the championship. It's Premier League. It's Big 6, Big 7, whatever you want to call it these days. But our goal of being competitive, that was our goal for the FA Cup. Yeah, we did that. We did that. Dang. Things are going good, folks. Things are going real good. Davidson, 23 goals, 5 goals. No goals. That one was rough. 7.5. Like, we got some guys playing really well this season. But it's a tougher league. You can be beat. You could lose. You could draw. That is going to do it for this episode, though. I'm Decathlon Gamer. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Have a good one. Be safe out there. Bye for now.